You see the 5-pointed star with bells on it.
Shut the fuck.
Come on, come on, come on.
The forest doesn't chase you. At first, it learns where you are. In these cases, laughter follows a camper from the trees to his car window and screams, "Surround an abandoned chapel until sunrise." When the woods stop feeling empty and start feeling aware, would you still stay? On September 27th and 29th, 2023, Moe Sargi and Aldo went deep into the Appalachian Mountains near Bluefield, West Virginia. Their Survival and Legends channel went there to examine reports about feral people. But the farther they moved in, the more the woods seemed to respond.
We just know to be careful now because we've talked to a lot of locals. No one goes out anymore. It's been abandoned. This trail in particular that we're walking is closed down for some reason. Yo, this looks like some weird ass language, dude. What do you think it says? I don't know, but it could be like communication between like the feral people. Like, I'm just speculating here, but it could be.
It also, I mean, it looks like people put their initials too, just like how people do that for fun.
But here's the thing, for the people that do talk about the feral people, they don't know how they communicate. There's no reception out here.
No, there isn't. I heard that the feral people actually communicate with clicking.
Yeah, clicking, whistling, type of howling, and singing from what I've heard too.
They followed the closed route toward Pinnacle Rock, passing an old sign and spotting symbols cut into tree bark. Moe brought up the legends tied to those markings, questioning who or what had left them there. The forest felt strangely awake around them. That discomfort grew as they continued.
What's wrong? Yo, what? I think we just discovered their base. Look. Do you see that? There's like a house down there. I don't know if I can catch them. I can't. You see it? I thought I seen someone.
And dude, there's also this weird structure here. Usually this means this is like their headquarters.
I mean, maybe they're living here.
Oh, yo, there's another house down there. Do you see anyone walking?
There was a weird, like, I thought I seen a weird guy over there.
Dude, you might have just saw a feral person down there.
You would hear that? A faint whistle.
I heard that. Should we go down there?
Yeah, we should go down there.
Okay, do you see anyone right now?
No.
I think it's safe.
Oh, look at the structure. This kind of reminds me of like coal mining stuff. There might have been a mine here at one point. There's rails up there from a coal mine. What the heck is all this? It's closed. This trail was closed for a reason, guys. We actually just stumbled upon a feral camp, so keep your eyes open.
I'm glad you have the baseball bat.
I mean, I don't plan on hurting anyone, as long as they're nice to us, right?
Yeah.
Trail closed. So, there's a house there? Oh my god, there's a mine shaft. There's an old abandoned mine shaft in the mountains. I saw a guy going off that way. What? Look at this old mining cart. Oh, they've blocked it off. Well, there's no way he got in here because they blocked us off. I wonder if it goes in deep. Oh, it's a mine shaft, dude. It goes in deep. So there's no way he went in here. I seen somebody in like a camo jacket or a hoodie of some sort. He had a, what's it called? His face looked different. He was very pale.
Pale?
Yeah, very pale.
Yeah, let's keep looking at it.
There's a chance that he's in this building right now. Tent. There's a tent. Hey, we mean you no harm.
We just want to be friends. Anyone in here?
Oh, it's a homemade toilet.
Why would there be a homemade toilet
Because they're living around here.
deep in an abandoned trail?
This might be where they come up to the trails to like rob people.
Near the abandoned mining valley, Moe caught sight of a pale-faced man rushing across his view. Not long after, they found a collapsed tent and rough outdoor toilet signs. Someone may have been staying there. The sense of being watched followed them with every step, but the encounter intensified once they moved off the trail.
There's a little shack in the middle of the forest near the water.
So I don't know how we're gonna get down.
Really?
Because it's a mountain drop and there's a fence, so we gotta find a way. So we could probably go from here because there's a way out of the fence.
Oh, sweet, okay.
Yeah. Dude, we're literally climbing down a mountain right now, an entire mountain. So we decided we're gonna risk our life to give you guys some more content. By the time we make it down the mountain and down to the river, which we don't know if that's even a guarantee, it's gonna be dark.
It's gonna be quite a while.
Like, I don't mind the darkness, but when it gets dark, the animals come out.
Yeah.
and also the feral people. You know, the worst part is you can tumble down the mountain, and this is all barbed wire that you're touching.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh my god, I'm losing my balance. Well, we're almost there. You hold on to trees. Woo. I'm making it look too easy for you guys. Let me show you the angle that this is. This is like an 80-degree angle. Holy shit, this is a 90-degree angle at this point. Careful, careful. Oh my god, he almost died. Please be careful, hold on. All there is train tracks. And more mountain to scale down. Okay, as you guys can see, we are almost down by the river. Whoa! Whoa! Aldo! Wait, where'd he go? Aldo! Yo, he disappeared. Aldo! Wait, actually? Aldo! Oh, hey! Oh my god, oh my god. Yo! Yo, hey. You okay? Yo, hey! Hey, yo, Aldo, wake up! Yo, hey! Aldo, wake up! Hey, are you okay? What happened? Get up. Did you hit your head? Did you fall? Did you fall? Do you remember what happened? Bro, seriously, are you playing a joke on me or what? Like, are you okay? Why do you keep looking up that way? What happened? Did you slip and fall?
No, something was following us.
Something was following us.
Yeah. I heard something. I heard something. So I turned around. And then everything went black. I saw someone. Yes, I think someone hit me.
Does your head hurt? Does your legs hurt?
My head hurts.
Your head hurts?
Right here. Come feel it. It's like a bump. You feel it? Am I bleeding?
No, you're not bleeding. You're good.
As they descended toward the river to find a small shack, the hillside turned dangerous. Then Moe looked back and noticed Aldo had disappeared. He found him afterward on the ground, confused and unable to remember what had struck him. The woods seemed to close around them. Their climb back up led straight into something worse.
I'm just happy that we got up here before it got dark. Because we still have 1,000 steps to climb, right? Man, worth it though. Worth it. Go. Run. Go. What's that? There's someone there. There was someone there.
I think they're trying to keep us out of their territory.
There was clicking. There was actual clicking. What if it's following us, dude? Wait, what's that in the window? What's that in the window? There's a face. Dude, look at my screen. Look at my lens. You can't zoom in that far. There's a guy standing right there. Look at his face.
Oh.
What the fuck is that?
Let's go.
Dude, I can't run no more. What is that? A head? Is that a person?
Someone watching us?
Dude, there's something orange over there. Look at that. It looks like a face. Alright, so we're officially lost somehow. No clue where the hell we are. But we're trying to make our way out. We are literally lost in the Appalachian forest. Let me show you guys how dark it is without night vision. Right now you can kind of see the skyline. There was something chasing after us and we went like a different trail and we just kept going and going. And we have no idea where we are now. So I'm hoping we're gonna find some safety somewhere.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Oh!
What?
Yo, shelter. Yes. God, yes, we're so exhausted, guys. Bro, this must have been something that was part of the mine shaft.
I think this is literally the best spot. Oh, let's just chill here, relax, refresh, and as soon as the sun comes out, we'll be out of here.
Somebody's walking. Hello? Yeah, somebody was just walking. Oh my god, what is that? What is that? What on earth is that? It's completely red. It's moving, look, it keeps going. Where'd it go? It looks like the moon, but it's not, right?
Yeah, it's because you're zoomed. There's nothing else.
I'm so scared to be here right now. Oh, I see it. It's currently 3:13 a.m. Dude, we have to make a decision. I don't know if I want to stay here.
Because I keep hearing like howling and stuff.
We're hearing howling and some rustling in the bushes. We're going on another trail now. Yeah, I missed it. We heard something frightening. That sounded something terrifying. It was like screaming.
Yeah.
I don't know if the camera is picking up on the noises because it's so loud out here. Let's just keep going, dude. Yo, what was that? Bro, what is
Bro, there's something there.
What did you see?
Bro, there's something down there.
What did you see? Huh?
Bro, there's a feral person.
You caught something on camera?
Yeah. There's something down there, bro.
He got something. Wait, step over. Where is it? Oh, there's someone there. There was a guy there.
Yeah, you see that?
What the hell? Yo, someone's stalking us. There's a dude there. That was that tree that you saw him, right?
Yeah.
I just walked past that tree. Someone just fired a gun.
Really?
Yeah. I just turned off the camera too. I fucking hate myself for that. I think my flashlight is dying out. Or this camera. Oh my god, I hear clicking. Oh! There's someone down there. Dude, I actually saw
him?
Let's go. Let's get the bucket. Back to the cave it is. Back to the cave. Oh! Being shot at. We're being shot at. Oh!
A clicking noise rang out above them. When Moe aimed his light toward a small cabin, he stopped cold. An orange-colored face was visible in the window, silently watching. Fear sent them into a rushed escape down the mountain. But the night had more waiting. As they hid inside a concrete bunker, footsteps moved outside. A red light floated between the trees. Hours later, Moe noticed a figure behind a tree, followed by a sharp crack that startled them both. By sunrise, they were exhausted and ready to leave. Viewers repeated similar fears, warning about whistles, strange lights, and people who disappear into the mountains before anyone realizes they are gone. If that was all they managed to see, what stayed just beyond the edge of their lights? This account is not about a hiker being attacked. It centers on something far more unusual, a person who appeared to step onto the trail, yet never arrived. Brant is recognized for bringing viewers along on immersive hiking and camping journeys, often leading them through secluded trails and remote wilderness settings. On November 6, 2024, he was moving through the Appalachian Mountains during a long, draining trip. Much of the hike stayed quiet and revolved around basic survival. He faced steep climbs, scarce water, and increasing exhaustion as he pushed farther into the backcountry.
Hey, talk about creepy. I was just down at that cell site there checking it out, talking about it, and I heard and saw a hiker coming down the trail. And I thought I'd stay at the campsite and wait for the hiker to pass. And the hiker never passed, and there's nobody here, and it's freaking me out right now. I've got chills up and down my spine. And I saw a person with a pack on, wearing hiking clothes. There's no way they passed me. Yeah, this is weird. I'm getting out of this spot. I'm telling you, that's if the animal den wasn't enough. You know, this is the spot where I thought I saw somebody. That's the second time today that's happened. And the first time is when I was sawing that log, and I looked over and I was like, oh, someone's coming up the trail. The log will be sawed for them when they get here, and there was never anybody there. And I think I might have just saw a leaf. I don't know.
For most of the day, nothing felt out of place. The trail was demanding, but it followed the familiar pattern of a difficult wilderness hike. Step after step, Brant continued making his way through the mountains, but as the journey neared its end, the mood started to shift. While moving down the trail, Brant heard nearby movement. Then he noticed what looked like another hiker approaching him, a person dressed for the trail and carrying a backpack. The sight seemed clear enough that he expected someone to pass through that area. So he stopped and waited. But the hiker did not arrive. Nobody passed him on the trail. Nobody appeared farther ahead. The figure he believed he had seen simply never made it to him. The path remained empty, and the forest around him stayed silent. An encounter like this can feel even more unsettling in the wilderness because the mind is already strained. After hours of hiking low water, steep ground, and isolation, small movements in the trees can become difficult to judge. A moving branch, a shifting shadow, or a far-off noise can sometimes take on a familiar shape. But that still does not make the moment easy to dismiss. In the end, the strangest part was not what Brant saw clearly. It was what never fully showed itself. So, what was really out there on the trail? Would you stay in your car after something had already laughed at you from the trees? Dan tried to keep himself composed, but once that noise moved closer to the vehicle leaving, became the only reasonable option. What follows shows why he could not stay. Curse urban centers on Dan, who spends nights at places with disturbing histories. In a video uploaded on May 23, 2026, Dan goes stealth camping alone in a woodland area locals call the Mimic Forest. The place is said to be connected to something that imitates human voices and lures people farther into the trees. He explores the area on foot overnight before attempting to rest inside his car.
We are in the Mimic Forest again. Last time we were here, we heard a bunch of crazy stuff. We heard my name being repeated in the woods, I believe. We heard screams. So I figured, what better to do with my night than come out here and see what else we get. But what we're doing tonight, camping. We're camping in the car. It's going to be a bit of stealth camping because they locked this place down at 10 o'clock. So I am going to be hiding out parking lot that I don't think anybody really knows about.
Dan is in the woods near a ritual circle when the spirit talker abruptly falls silent. Then a laugh comes from directly behind him. It is near enough to make him freeze in place. Whatever is laughing out there does not appear interested.
Collapse. Dude, I just heard right back there. Hello? Hey, is anyone back there? I just heard laughing. That was I'm sure you guys heard it too, because that wasn't quiet laughing either. Is anyone back here?
In staying hidden, inside a forest, sound can become difficult to judge. Echoes, wildlife, and far-off voices may bounce through the trees and shift before they reach you. That is why laughter in the dark can seem far closer and much more personal than it may be. Later, Dan is standing beside a drain pipe near the swamp's edge when something draws his attention toward the trees ahead. He turns the camera just too late, but he still catches sight of it. The shape is tall and pale, traced by the orange glow coming from the road.
Whoa, what is that? What is that? What was that? What was that? I just saw something poke its head out from like right there, right by those trees, and I could tell it was like silhouetted by that orange light. I saw it just poke its head out. Yeah, like it was. Man, I could have just turned my camera 1 second sooner. It was like pale white. I just saw like it was this ghostly white thing in that orange amber light was just like silhouetting around its body, and it was like standing right here. It's standing right here, yeah, exactly where I'm at. And it just like took off. Like it made no noise. It just took off like lightning, dude.
As soon as he locks onto it, the figure vanishes. Then the laughter comes again from behind him.
And then we hear laughing again right back there. Something is out here with us tonight. There's not a doubt in my mind. Something is out here with us and it's laughing at us. But what is it?
Dan has been sleeping in the car for under an hour when something wakes him. It sounds like the same laughter, but now it is much nearer, right outside the car.
Alright guys, I just woke up. And what woke me up is it sounded like laughing. Sounded like that same laughing I heard before, just way closer.
Before he can process what is happening, something hits one of the windows. He checks outside and thinks someone is out there messing with him. After that, he gathers his gear and leaves the forest.
Oh! Oh, dude, there's something outside the car. There's something outside this car. Holy dude, I need to get out of here. I need to get out of here. What was that? What was that? My shoes are outside still.
Maybe the woods carried sound in a way that made it seem closer than it was. Maybe someone was hiding nearby and wanted him to notice. But when laughter trails you from the trees to your car window, would you wait there to learn the truth? This case opens with a whistle among the trees and ends with a cabin surrounded at 4 a.m. 2 men arrived searching for answers, but the mountains seemed to respond. On May 19th, 2026 YouTuber Jasko and his friend Chandler went back to a remote haunted cabin deep in the Appalachian Mountains. They were there to investigate stories about mimics and watchers, but the mountain quickly pushed one warning to the front of their minds. If a whistle comes from the woods, never answer it. As the sun slipped behind the ridges, shadows stretched across the path. Jasko thought back to the blizzard that had almost trapped them there months before. But this night felt different. The air was oddly warm, quiet, and still.
Tonight, we are going to be camping inside of the Appalachian Mountains. We're going to be sleeping inside of this haunted cabin where people have had terrifying experiences late at night. We're going to be going down some terrifying trails, going into some caves, and these cryptid beings that are out here in the Appalachians may take shelter in. Listen, guys, we've been here for the past several hours. The things that we've seen are so downright terrifying in this cabin. So we did investigate this forest initially, and the first time we were here, guys, it was a blizzard. This place was absolutely covered in snow, and don't get me wrong, it was absolutely beautiful during the day.
Then a piercing whistle broke the silence from the brush. It did not resemble any bird call. Moments later, the spirit box crackled with an unnerving message, calling them reckless. After that, a male voice murmured from somewhere out in the darkness.
See me, I'm like hiding behind
Isn't that crazy how I take the photos,
Yes.
I don't hear anything. The second I put my phone away,
yes.
you hear movement again. Who's out there? Blah, 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 blah. Can you whistle? Oh my God. No f***ing way. That was a clear as day whistle.
What the heck could that be though? A mimic or like...
It's gotta be something like... Whatever it is getting closer.
Back up! I got a gun named Thunder and Lightning.
You got 2 guns?
Yeah, 2. Oh!
Chill, that was a voice! Okay. That was a fucking voice! What was that?
Yeah.
Come on. Bro, where'd that come from?
I don't know, but be careful because that big thing was back over there. Grace! Wait, what was the name of the headstone? Did you know?
I didn't get too close because I was hearing noise. That was a grown man's voice.
I hear whispering.
It sounds like whispering over here.
Yes.
Speak up! Come on.
I swear to God, I thought one said like, hey. Like, hey. That's fucking terrible. I know. It was like, hey, come here type of like, hey, you know?
Inside a wet cave, Jasko used an Aztec death whistle, hoping to provoke a reaction. Almost immediately, the forest imitated the shriek, throwing the painful sound back with unsettling accuracy. An Aztec death whistle is made to create a rough, scream-like noise. In a cave or mountain forest, that sound can ricochet off rock trees and slopes, making its direction difficult to place. That is why one blast can feel as if something hidden in the dark has replied. That was when everything changed.
Spirits, ghosts, ghouls, goblins, pharaohs. Jasko here. I'm going to be using this Aztec death whistle to try to summon something or see if anything out here wants to communicate with me. I don't know. Here we go. 3, 2, and... Oh, shit. Hold on. Bro, something is like mimicking.
Something is legit like mimicking that scream noise. Hold on.
They pulled back to the cabin, but the walls offered little comfort. A heavy hand hit the window glass, followed by rhythmic tapping, as if whatever stood outside was checking the locks.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go down that trail that you went, the spider trail.
Okay.
And then what do you think about going to the cave?
Wait, that was outside.
That was on the fucking window.
Listen, the ghosts in here are cool with me. I don't know about the ones out there.
Okay, hold on. Okay, this is still recording.
Wait, is that kind of crazy that we were just talking about going out there?
Near the creek, the spirit box suddenly repeated an urgent warning to flee. Shadows moved between the trees, and the sense that they were being chased became hard to ignore.
Run from what? Whoa! Okay, holy shit! Run. Okay.
Run again?
Okay, run.
Okay. What was that? Was that crying?
This way, right? Jesus!
No, we go this way, this way.
Okay. What are we running from, spirits?
Her?
Leave.
Okay.
What are we running from?
By 4 a.m., their fear reached its highest point. The cabin seemed surrounded. They refused to wait for daylight. Instead, they rushed to the car and drove off, leaving the watchers behind in the rearview mirror.
Jazz. What the? Okay, the second one was me, but there's literally a footstep. Okay, this is ridiculous. Alright. Honestly, guys, I think if I keep recording, I think that, like, I should probably turn his off too. I just think that if we keep recording, it's like a draw for them, you know? I don't even know what you guys can see. I'm just gonna turn it off. Good night.
Maybe the whistles were echoes bending strangely through the mountains. Maybe something outside the cabin wanted them to feel watched. But when the forest replies, the windows begin tapping and every warning tells you to leave. Would you wait for morning? The Grizzly Gaz channel centers on its host Gaz, often accompanied by his loyal dog Fendi, as he completes solo overnight camps and explores remote or supposedly haunted UK locations. His videos mix rough outdoor living with low-key paranormal exploration, using his van as a traveling base while showing the mental strain of being isolated in the wilderness. On November 3rd, 2025, Gaz parked near a quiet reservoir beside a forest that locals had connected to witchcraft stories. After making food and arranging his electric blankets using a portable generator, he and Fendi entered the woods to look into the local rumors. The forest felt disturbingly quiet. Beyond the wind and Fendi moving around, there was almost no noise.
It's very, very quiet, apart from the wind and the odd aeroplane going overhead. Oh, when we get back to the van, I'll let you all know how Fendi's doing. Don't be going through them puddles, you idiot. Go on this way. I always feel like somebody's just gonna pop its head up over the wall. Annoyed out already. And there it is, the witch's den. You ready, mate? You can hear the wind just whistling through those trees. I'm sure I just saw a light or maybe some eye shine. I hope there's no cows in there. There's always cows in there. Always bloody cows. I shat my pants then, look at that. I thought there was someone stood there on edge of woods just staring at me. It's the end of a dry stone wall. Alright, come on.
As they followed the path, Gaz kept misreading shadows and shapes, especially parts of a stone wall, as figures standing there watching. His aim was to find the location called Witch's Den, and the farther he moved into the trees, the more uncomfortable the setting became. Eventually, he reached an opening and found a decaying structure covered with debris, which he recognized was the den.
Don't like that. Oh, here it is, I think. We found it. Yeah, check it out. You see the 5-pointed star with bells on it hung up there. There were loads of other bells last time I were here. Well, last time I camped here anyway. Just rattling about in wind. Don't think we can get in there, mate. I can't squeeze in there anyway. I'm too fat to get in there now. Getting creeped out. Keep hearing stuff.
Above the entrance was a 5-pointed star decorated with bells shaking in the wind. Along with the creaking trees, the whole area felt increasingly oppressive. As he studied the site, Gaz started noticing sounds that did not seem to fit the wind. After switching off his flashlight and listening carefully, he picked out a clear, heavy noise that made it seem as if a large animal was moving nearby.
Pretty sure I saw eye shine. Right up there, on the side of that wall. It looked pretty big as well. Hold on, where's my other torch? Alright, so it might have been whatever it was peeking round the side of that wall. It's like a T-junction there with this wall, and there's a gap between this long one here and then the one that goes along there. I ain't got any tools with me. Got no knife, got no axe, got no saw, but I've got a Fendi. Oi, Fendi, this way. Are you having a piddle? Don't worry, I'll watch your back for you. Everyone always tells me to look up, but the only reason why I'm looking up is for branches. Right, oh shit. Come on, let's get out of here. I'm sure I've just heard someone sneeze.
Worried about his safety, he decided it was time to get out. As he got ready to leave the woods, he became sure he had seen eyeshine reflecting from an opening between two stone walls. The reflection looked big, strengthening his belief that something large was watching him. With nothing to protect himself, he called Fendi and started moving fast toward the edge of the forest. Right before he cleared the tree line, one last unexpected noise echoed through the woods, a sharp sound similar to a sneeze. It did not match any animal sound he recognized, and it left him badly shaken. As soon as he stepped out of the forest, the mood changed at once, and he noticed how much safer he felt away from the trees. Back at the van, Gaz and Fendi were still processing what had happened when a real-life issue took over suspicious charges on his bank card, adding up to nearly 500 pounds. The fraud scare forced him to cut the camp short and drive away to find cell service so he could freeze the account, ending the night in urgent frustration. Some viewers think the eyeshine and heavy movement point to a large animal, while others connect the local legends and the unsettling design of the den to something paranormal. The strange, sneeze-like noise remains the most difficult detail to explain naturally. If Gaz had stayed deeper in the woods, would the unseen presence have shown itself or come closer? That unanswered possibility keeps the encounter open to interpretation and debate. This account leads into one of the most dangerous areas of Appalachia, where a deserted chapel, the name of a missing boy, and screams from the woods turned one night into terror. On May 21st, 2026, the Twin Paranormal crew walked into one of the deepest and most hazardous sections of the Appalachian Mountains. They were heading for an abandoned chapel, a location linked to the story of 4 people who vanished and were swallowed by the wilderness forever.
This is where we're staying. I don't think we learned from the last mistake we made.
Is this a bad idea? Still? This is not gonna be good.
Yep, it's a bad idea. And this is horse poop.
And this is horse poop.
Ryan, don't pick it up.
Wilderness.
Don't pick it up.
Okay.
This region of Appalachia is one of the regions where many people go missing or die every single year. Some people think that this is because of natural causes, but many others believe that there is something horribly wrong with these mountains. So whether you believe it or not, we are back in a brand new area to find out if it is real.
Across Appalachia, people can disappear fast because the land is enormous, uneven, and packed with trees. One wrong turn, a concealed drop, or a sudden loss of direction can become dangerous quickly, especially once daylight begins to fade. As they prepared their equipment, Ryan abruptly shouted for the others to get outside. He had heard a rough voice from the brush at the same moment the batteries in his flashlight went dead.
Guys.
What?
Holy f***. Oh my god. Look around real quick. I just changed the batteries in this flashlight, okay? I'm trying to set this camera up to face the outside. I hear something brushing through this branch. I heard, hey.
No,
like somebody
shut
was
up.
walking.
No way.
I swear. Dude, no. Like something was trying to talk to you. We're getting everything ready. You just hear Ryan out here yelling.
Yeah, we just scrambled for cameras. Dude, that's up.
Inside the chapel, they felt as if something was stalking them. Their devices began producing an unsettling string of responses about being watched, fear, and danger.
Talk to us, please.
Dude.
Shut the f up, dude. What do we do? Open it?
Hell no.
You know what's wild?
Something just knocked on it and it didn't go off.
Can you touch that device in front of the door?
The little red light. It won't hurt you.
Prove that you understand us.
It honestly scared me so bad I'm thirsty. I still hear what sounds like something below us. Did you guys feel the vibe between up here and down there? Yeah, down below us, under there for some reason, felt weird.
Whoa.
Think about it.
What the f? Hello? Talk to us.
No.
Watching!
Oh shit, dude, you just got done saying that you're supposed to cover the windows. Can you see us?
Watching fearful. Are you below us? Or can you see us through these windows? Danger. Watching fearful danger. Are you saying we're in danger?
Watching, fearful, danger.
Oh my god, in a new section of the...
I just heard a fucking voice. I heard a voice.
Later, the group entered another section and returned to the woods. A whistle broke through the quiet. Then, Ryan stopped cold when he spotted what appeared to be bare human feet running through the thick brush.
You up?
We hear you. We can't see you though. We can hear you, we think.
Like Stranger Things.
Or the creature.
Is this a portal?
Find the truth. Find the truth. Somebody's trying to tell us that there is something that we're missing. There is something. The reason why there's so many people going missing is because what if there is another dimension?
Someone was screaming again. I swear I heard it.
You have got it on audio.
It sounded like either a small, like a kid voice, or like a female.
What is actually out here? What is hunting us down?
Other side.
How do we find the other side?
Figure.
Is there something that brings you there and hurts you? Hand.
Figure. Right arm.
If my ankle truly just got grabbed...
That was when they came across the story of Dennis Martin, a boy who disappeared in 1969. As soon as that name surfaced, a voice in the static seemed to claim responsibility for Martin.
In 1969, a 6-year-old boy named Dennis Martin vanished in the Great Smoky Mountains. He was playing a simple hiding game and then disappeared within seconds. One of the biggest at the time, never found. Martin! What the f?
Oh my god.
Dude.
Oh my god.
Dude, listen to this. You said Martin? Dennis Martin.
Yeah.
There's a 6-year-old boy that went missing in the Appalachian Mountains. I just read that, and that device just said Martin.
Look at my arm, bro.
This is insane.
I'm like so chilled up. Holy sh**. No way.
Oh my god, this is really sad.
No way. How did he go missing? Something's here, Brant. Like something. Something is here.
Did you just feel that?
In 1969, 6-year-old Dennis Martin vanished in the Great Smoky Mountains while playing a game of hide-and-seek. A huge search followed among the largest of that period, but he was never located. The last hours became a nightmare in total darkness. They stayed frozen inside the chapel, listening as something shook the door latch and screamed from the trees until sunrise.
Guys. There's talking right outside of the door. The door's right there. We have 3 hours. 3 hours till the sun comes out. And then what? Run to the car? How are we going to film the end? I don't know. Just figure it out then.
Maybe the voices' whistles and movement in the brush came from people animals, or fear growing after dark. But when a place already carries a history of disappearances, every noise feels heavier. If you were trapped there alone, would you stay silent until morning? That's it for tonight. Which moment creep? Drop it in the comments. Have your own story. Share it with us, and stay tuned. The next one is even darker.